Hi, I'm Julia Stamm. I'm the founder and CEO of She Shapes AI, and we're the leading global catalyst for women-led responsible AI innovation.
My name is Thorsten Zander, and I'm from Germany, and I have founded two companies, Xender Labs and Oriel, and these companies work on enabling AIs that can learn directly from the brain. But I'm also a scientist for 20 years. I'm holding a professorship at the Brandenburg Technical University in Germany.
She AI es una plataforma educativa en donde buscamos cerrar la brecha de género en la alfabetización de inteligencia artificial. ¿Qué significa esto? Pues simplemente es que vemos que hay una necesidad de que haya un espacio en donde las mujeres entiendan cómo aplicar la inteligencia artificial en diferentes industrias, cómo impacta esto en su trabajo, y nosotras estamos allí con nuestra plataforma en colaboración con las Naciones Unidas para llevar esta educación a ellas.
So I have founded She Shapes AI to spotlight the work of female entrepreneurs who are developing and using AI in a responsible way to address real-world problems around the world and to actually make them more visible. Because I know that a lot of amazing work is being done by women around the world, but they do not get the platform that they deserve. It's very difficult for them to actually access funding, and so we said we will build this organization to give them this platform, to give them the visibility, and also to be able to elevate the innovations that they are putting out.
El 77% de las mujeres quiere aprender de esto, pero no hay el espacio. Solo el 40% de las empresas están creando estos espacios de upskilling. Todo el lenguaje está muy adaptado de una forma que incluso hasta mi madre lo puede entender, porque es uno de los problemas que vimos. Había una barrera enorme en cuanto a otros cursos de tecnología, eran o muy básicos o directamente súper avanzados, aunque decían que eran básicos.
We have to speak to people, and we can't expect that a person who's not attached to science or to businesses will read papers or understand it in detail. So I think me as a researcher, if I talk as a professor, I need to go out to the world and talk to people. And not only me, but everybody has to do that.
But also making sure that this is really part of your policy and that you're encouraging women in your team, that you're giving the support that they need, because it's very important, it's very difficult actually for many women in tech. You have a lot of women at the entry levels, but the higher you go up in the leadership hierarchies, the less women you are, because very often they consider the environment in some of the tech companies very toxic. So it's also something that I think needs to be worked on.
It is key to the success of AI. I think everybody understands something is changing in the world because AI comes, and we only can succeed well with that if we have trustworthy AI and also an understanding in our society how to use AI.
I think we cannot think about AI development and deployment without thinking about, responsibility, ethics, regulatory issues, but also trust.
I think it's important to understand that technology is shifting from something we use to something we collaborate with.
Not on addressing concrete issues, concrete problems.
Es una herramienta que está causando una nueva revolución y que necesitamos ser parte de ello para poder como construir un futuro más igualitario.
I think it's a lot about literacy, AI literacy, and explaining how these tools work, what is going in them. Because if you do not really understand, you have a lot of surveys that show this. If you don't really understand what this is, you are having the impression that it's something magical. You're very in awe. And you're also, you might not be overly critical when it comes to using it. So I really think literacy, education is the most important thing that we can do right now.
I truly believe we need regulation, but I also truly believe we cannot solve the problem by regulation. Regulation is always slow. When we change something now, we decide on something, it will take 3 years until it's implemented. In these 3 years, everything has changed in the tech world. So we can do some fundamental things, basic things, by regulation, but the rest we have to do by self-regulation in companies, by understanding in people. Our societies need to wake up and learn how to use that and take self-responsibility. This is not to divert it to others, but I see the need for that. Otherwise, we will not succeed well with that.
You know, in Europe, we're in a position where we're always thinking that regulation hinders innovation. And I think we don't need to be overly perfect when it comes to regulation, but we need to have these guardrails and these systems put in place from the very beginning. And if we're telling our innovators, you know, you have actually some leeway and we're not restricting you too much, and we're really supporting your innovation, I think we can really go a long way. For me, it's really important that we're working with companies who have embodied these values and these responsible elements, and then you know, I really think amazing innovation is coming out of this.